favorite moves right there, guys.
And really, he does that one as well.
And Leonard has it in the corner.
Calentando, papá.
On one of the best three-point shooters in the league. The key there was not to give him much space before he took that shot.
And really, Clark, that's the only way.
Jing it up. He comes in for Duncan. And it's Green and for Manu Ginobili.
Ah, no, es de pela que estamos ganando.
And that lead pass allowed him to get.
Ah, bueno.
And there's the defensive 3-second call. Washington shooting their first free throw this game. And so he hits the technical free throw.
And for the last 3 seasons, what a talented young backcourt John Wall and Bradley Beal have become. Wall drafted first overall, Beal third in different drafts. A little lottery luck, if you will, and great scouting of these two.
Gary Neal's checked in for the Wizards. Spurs. West again. Humphries. Feeds it to Mills. Clock at 6. Back to West. Pulls it from 20. Diao, the pass to Mills.
Será la Sony, ¿verdad?
Gortat with the steal.
A la Sony.
Wall wide open.
A la Sony.
But they get it back. Lets it go from deep. That's good.
How in the world did they let him get that wide open?
Spurs trail by 4. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Humphries against West. Diao dishes to Green. The 3 from Mills.
Pero que ahí nadie coge rebote.
Rebound by the Wizards.
Outstanding perimeter defense there. That was a well-contested shot.
Yeah, and you know he takes a lot of pride in his defense. There are no easy threes if he's on you.
Inside. It's tipped. Humphries with the steal. And we reach the end of the first quarter. Wizards out front, up 6. And back with the start of the second quarter in just a moment. And the first quarter is in the books. Second about ready to get underway. And a look at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the Wizards.
You know what, guys? It looks to me like they're really in sync here, all on the same page. They've already got a bunch of assists.
Yeah, also something I like out of them so far, they're throwing their bodies around in the paint, and the physicality is taking its toll.
On the floor for San Antonio. Defensive-minded Green and Leonard are the wings. Duncan out there with LaMarcus Aldridge. And it's Mills in at the 1. 6 on the shot clock. And out of bounds as San Antonio gains possession. Well, nobody really knew, Greg, what to make of Washington going into last year's playoffs. They came out strong with a big sweep against a pretty good Raptors team.
Yeah, how about taking them down 4 straight? And it was the first time a team has swept an opponent without home court advantage since 2011. Also was the first sweep for the Wizards in franchise history.
Here's Temple. He's been patient so far.
Ya, pues sí, eso es increíble. Un tiro de 3. Y él le dio un tapón.
Leonard against Sessions. Outside Leonard. Parker right side.
Bomba.
And Sessions with a clear path to the hoop. That drops. Sessions has got the lead up to 6 now for the Wizards.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Time-dropping delights is what I call it.
Yeah, that's a nice pass. I will give you that one.
Yeah, he was on the money, that's no doubt.
Solid on the one-hand throw down there.
You know, Clark, when it's a tight ball...
Never seen him miss a play like that.
Wizards leading by 4.
Falló mucho tiro.
And in the second round, the Wizards continued to be a tough opponent. I mean, they went up 2-1 on the Hawks, but were unable to keep the series lead. A lot of close, heartbreaking losses for them in that series.
Clock at 4. Here's Humphries. Banked in off the glass.
That was the third straight high percentage look this defense has allowed. I mean, these defenders have got to start bumping bodies in the paint. Be more physical. Be more aggressive.
The game's just far too easy right now when it comes to attacking the basket. They have got to do better.
And here's Dudley for 3. It's hauled in by Ginobili.
And the Hawks would ultimately take down the Wizards last year in the postseason. John Wall and his injury were a big turning point in that matchup. And all those buzzer beaters for both teams made it one of the most interesting series of the postseason.
Here's what Washington's going with right now. Gortat's checked in for Dudley. Gary Neal comes in for Garrett Temple. And it's John Wall in for Sessions.
Some defensive breakdowns are starting to show up now. Their last 4 buckets allowed have come from very close range.
Yeah, high percentage shots are what they are getting in terms of the attempts, and that's just not going to get it done. They've got to figure it out.
Wall attacking. It's good, and he drew contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. A 3-point play chance here. San Antonio making a switch here. He made the only free throw attempt he had earlier in the game. Well, I think all 3 of us agree John Wall, a tremendous all-around player.
Outstanding. Speed was what jumped out at me most when I saw him first at Kentucky. Now he's been able to harness that speed as a pro, and he makes plays that very few can make as a point guard.
He gives you a lot of different looks, doesn't he?
He sure does.
This is to Humphries. No luck. Spurs trail by 7.
A chance here to go 2 for 1.
Boy, they've got to ramp up the speed and make it happen in a hurry.
And the basket by Diaz. Diaz got 4 points now in the quarter.
Well, I tell you what, the defenders didn't even get a sniff of him on that move to the hoop.
Deflects the pass. And Neal kicks to Humphries. And that one hits back iron.
Now that's terrific defense at the rim. Got right in his path.
And the first half comes to a conclusion in a game that has been very close so far. Wizards lead by 5. And we'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball. Welcome back, everyone. We're ready to get going again as this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports continues. Players are topped off with Gatorade, hydrated, and ready to get going again as well. You look at John Wall. What a contribution so far.
Just a quality performance. And, you know, we do expect to see that from him. And he's always setting the bar high for himself. And sometimes I think we just kind of get numb to how good this guy really is.
And, Greg, you know how it was as the marked man when you were playing on great teams in your past. It's hard to perform when everybody's locked in on you. To be able to play like he has when you have a reputation of being the guy, that's impressive.
Welcome back, everybody. The start of the second half getting underway. Both teams battling hard through the first half. Look at John Wall. What a contribution so far.
Just a quality performance. And, you know, we do expect to see that from him. And he's always setting the bar high for himself. And sometimes I think we just kind of get numb to how good this guy really is.
And, Greg, you know how it was as the mark is locked in on you. To be able to play like he has when you have a reputation of being the guy, that's impressive.
They've got Gortat. Wall out there with Garrett Temple. Then there's Jared Dudley. And it's Oubre in the 3 spot. That's the 5 on the floor for the Wizards.
Yeah.
Wall's shot is off. Kawhi Leonard, with another great season last year, earned his first Defensive Player of the Year award with his outstanding play.
And for Leonard, he became the first perimeter player to win one since 2004. That just shows you how incredible his defense was at times.
Washington calls timeout.
And, you know, for Leonard, you can add that Defensive Player of the Year award to his hardware list, and that puts him in elite company, one of only 3 players to win Defensive Player of the Year and Finals MVP. The other 2, Jordan and Elijah. Went for the two-hander on that slam. That's where the weight room comes into play, Kevin.
I think some urgency from him there.
I think he's sensing that this is a critical time in the game, fellas.
Little over a minute gone here in the second half. San Antonio's gone 1 or 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break.
And for Leonard, winning the Defensive Player of the Year didn't change him at all. I mean, he received a card for winning that award and gave it to charity. Went out of his way to thank his teammates during his acceptance speech. I mean, I think it speaks of his character and really the impact that Popovich has had on him and that entire Spurs team.
Ball passes to Oubre. And the 3 off target.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
I certainly do. You know, I like to see guys do their work inside. Their rebounding has been excellent, and that's always important in a close game.
Here's Temple after the made shot from Manu Ginobili. Here's Wall. And the rebound goes to Duncan.
You rarely see him missing dunks, but the defender was right in his face on that one. Threw him off just enough. Well, they certainly didn't have much of a problem getting the ball into the post that time.
Yeah, and that's important because this game may ultimately come down to which team controls the paint in crunch time.
Here's Oubre after the made shot from Manu Ginobili. Inside, here's Duncan, and he throws it down hard with one hand.
Quick hands on the steal, and then just mad hops on the slam.
Great sequence for them defensively and Clark offensively.
Well, one usually leads to the other, Kevin. That's just good, aggressive, attacking basketball at both ends. No matter what they've tried, the D just has not been able to deny them the ball in the paint.
And it's a big key thus far in this game, Clark, because whenever they've gotten the ball in the paint, good things have happened.
Here's Wall. San Antonio with the rebound. Duncan's got his 3rd rebound on the night.
And you know what? He's just not on his game, no doubt about it. Their deficit isn't totally on him, but he has not been an asset for his team.
Hola, y tú estás jugando line.
Shot and game clock separated by 5. All with it. He's picked up by Parker. Shot is good, and the Spurs lead is cut down now to just 2 points with that basket from Gortat.
Great pass. John Wall is really good at finding the open man.
Leonard attacking. Offensive rebound. And the dunk by Duncan.
And he's just going all out to get the second chance points. Just a terrific finish.
There was no one that was going to prevent GA from converting that one.
Well, clearly this is the kind of game that could come down to 1 or 2 plays, and he wants to be the guy to make those plays.
He got it! That is 1 fantastic! And that's going to do it for the 3rd quarter. It's the Spurs. They're up by 5. And coming up as soon as we return from break, the 4th quarter gets underway. All right, the 4th quarter of action getting underway. We've had a great one so far with both sides coming to play. On the floor for San Antonio, Boris Diaw is out there with West. Then it's Mills, and it's Green, and it's Simmons.
Hey, mire.
In at the 2. Shot is good, and the Spurs lead is cut down now to just 3 on the bucket from Gortat. Mills dishes to West. There's the pick. Humphreys with it. From deep, Neal. The shot's good. Sessions making him pay. Neal's got it all tied up now for the Wizards. Here's Mills. Diaw, the screen. Up top, Mills. He's covered by Sessions. West. Hammers it down right over the D.
A signature slam right there from the big fella. How many of those have we seen before?
Gortat inside. West on him. And that one's good by Gortat.
It's as if the defenses have just given up.
Yeah, you know, the pace has only picked up the deeper we've gotten into this game, which is remarkable. It speaks to the endurance and stamina of these teams, and it's also been a lot of fun to watch.
San Antonio calls timeout.
That was a good time to call the timeout to try to settle everybody down and get back into their offensive rhythm.